what is the best way to remember or memorize what you study or read? Let me tell you a joke. A college senior told me a secret once. If you want to be top in the med school, study 2 days before exam. They will study 1 day before the exam. Now to the real science. There are a few ways to approach this problem. And I'll tell from my own experience, as I had to go through a lot of exams in my med school. And I was able to secure top ranks in my class. Clearly, in addition to understanding the subject, memorization was a significant part of my learning process. And here is how I have seen topmost students at in my school or med school doing this, and I admit I'm not different. The number one thing about learning anything and everything is to fully understand it. To improve your understanding of any topic, no matter what the topic is to first understand it from the basics and build the understanding to all angles. To achieve this, always begin with a simpler unit or book on the subject. A lot of people pick up the most complex unit or books on the subject and they think that they will read it and understand it better than others. But because those units or books are complex, often they don't get to understand the subject. The second thing one has to do is to able to explain the subject to someone else. As soon as you start explaining it to someone else, you will figure out quickly what you don't know and what the gaps are. Then go back to the unit or books and repeat and refine the knowledge so that the gaps are filled up. As soon as you are able to explain something to someone, even if you have to look at the book, consider that you have understood it yourself. Number 3 is practice doing the step 2 enough number of times. I claim that if I go through the same topic with 2 people, by the 3rd attempt, I have not only cleaned it up, but also almost memorized it. Number 4 is when you find yourself on step 3, now all you want to do is to repeat the same thing to yourself, like a song. We play songs in our car stereo and listen to them over and over. And in the process, we memorize all the lyrics without putting efforts to it. But basically, what happens is that your brain retains a bit of anything and everything you go through in each attempt. With each repetition, your brain will have to struggle less to remember the same thing it already remembers, and it will retain a bit more. A point comes when there is no more left to be memorized. This is how we remember the lyrics of a lot of songs in our minds. There are a few ways to do this. One of them is write the same thing down a few times. You will realize that when you think you know it and when you start writing it, you will find out a delta. That is, you will begin forgetting things when you attempt writing them down. This is simply because when we think we know and remember something, we are only living in a false belief. I tried and tested this method and often found that as soon as I started writing the thing, I will figure out that I had not actually memorized it and I had to check the unit or the book again. Number 2 is write your notes in various colors. Humans are good at remembering things better when there are more colors. Think, for example, about 2 pictures of a mango and an apple. Now, if I draw them on a white paper in black ink and ask you a question, which fruits did I just show you? If they are black and white in pictures, you will remember less. If they are colored, you will remember better because that's how you're used to see them. Same way, if you use multiple colors when you write notes, it will help you retain them better. Another one on the list is tell the theory or the subject to a friend. This is a great way to repeat the topic. First, you are retaining it and coming up the best method of reciting it, but also you are helping a friend. Another one on the list is you can record what you want to remember and listen to it over and over. Another one is listen to those things from others. These days, a lot of material is on the social media like the YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Listen to it from many lecturers and that will help you retain it better. And the last one, or lastly, is the power of repetition. The power of repetition cannot be forgotten. To inspire with a story, a doctor was treating a patient who had lost the memory completely, so much so that he had forgotten a lot of things about himself and the things at home. The doctor gave him a toothbrush and paste applied to it. The patient demonstrated to the doctor how to brush the teeth. Why he had not forgotten how to brush? Just because he had repeated it so many times in his life that he did not have to think about it. As some of you can see, I've been inspired to understand, think, write, read, listen, look. All I have tried to do is increase the number of ways you perceive the subject. The more the ways, the more the memory. If you found this video useful, thank you so much. Do hit the subscribe button for more videos. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.